malfunction, and you can't even see my damn wardrobe. Welcome to Monday. Welcome to Monday. What's up? What's up? Happy Monday, y'all. Happy Monday. Welcome to week 2. Hey, week 2. Super excited. And I'm so close. I feel like I'm cramped in here. But I want y'all to see this wardrobe that malfunctioned. But I knew it was. I knew it was. So I finished making it yesterday. I finished it off this morning. And I was like, when I connected the first strap yesterday, I was like, I don't think. But sometimes when I make things that I know is for me, I'll try and take shortcuts. Not all the time, but like with little finishing touches. I'll be like, I did that and she popped off. She popped off, so I had to put her back on. So now y'all got to see this wardrobe. So y'all gonna see my whole look, setup looking kind of crazy. But let's get into it. So this is my did I post on Instagram Facebook, wherever the hell I'm at, YouTube. So see, it's like a little underboob tank. And this is bamboo yarn that I got from hobby.com. Oh, I'm so close, y'all. But I did a little detail in the back. I don't know if y'all can see. Not detail, but just like a little bit of mesh. Just 3 rows. And then it's got the thin spaghetti straps. And it's secure. Like you can expose as much under boob as you'd like, but it's good coverage. You know what I mean? It's not. See, look at that. And what's nice is, it's like this relax. So I don't have breast implants, so you don't have to have breast implants to rock something like this. Well, when I make it, anyway. From the Createve Nomad brand, you don't have to have breast implants. What's up, y'all? Okay, let me try this again. Let's see. Come back, comment. Y'all know this thing be tripping on me and deleting comments and carrying on. Okay, here we go. What's up, Miss Rhonda? See, there you go. Where? I am wonderful. Thank you. I'm not that. Well, see, that's what's nice about my brand. Keep in mind, I make cousins, so it would be custom. Because my thing about it is, I feel like everybody should feel free to wear whatever they wear. So someone, like you may not want the underboob, but maybe you like the thin spaghetti straps and the low back. You know what I mean? Like, there's always a way to make your clothing feel comfortable without having to be baggy and oversized, because that's not flattering. You should be able to wear something that flatters your shape and make you feel comfortable. You know what I mean? It flatters whatever you're trying to hide. And that's what clothing and fashion is about. It's not about hiding. Oh, thank you. I like the back too. And it's very comfortable. So, hey! Welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You probably saw it on my Instagram because I did post it on my Instagram. But I just took some proper Createve Nomad pictures. You know what I'm saying? Because We don't do things just the regular way. And if it was like summer or warmer, I would definitely rock this outside. But it's not warmer. It's not warm enough. But yeah. So I'll be posting proper Creative Nomad um, pics, which is, random. I felt like being a little color block today. So that's what I did. But welcome, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. I'm going to run through it quickly because I did start late. So I don't want to take up too much more of you guys' time beyond our normal end time. Oh, and I want to let y'all know that I did start the Get Paid with Creative Nomad series live on Twitch this morning. So if the morning works out better for you, I go live at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, I'm the last time zone. So typically it's around lunchtime or coming up on lunchtime for Eastern and Central time zone. So if that works out better for you, check me out on Twitch. And how I'm doing it on Twitch actually is I'm starting week one. So Twitch is going to be a week behind because since I'm doing, everything myself starting, obviously as to be expected, that's definitely not a complaint. But to make it a bit easier on myself, I'm doing it a week behind because I have all the notes and the talking points and things like that. So I'm not coming up with it fresh and I'm not moving ahead since I started with YouTube and this is my main, platform for the series. I wanted to do that one a week behind. So Twitch, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Get Paid with Creative Nomad series. So check it out if that time works better for you. So let's get into it. Today is Monday, Magnificent Monday, and we're starting all over again with P again. So for this week for P, I have planning. And if anyone is on here now, for those of you who are on here now, and if you watch the replay, if you've seen my videos for a while, back when I was in Arizona, you guys know that I just had my planning breakthrough. And it's been dope because I've been able to plan now and stick to my plan. And now I understand what a plan is. And for me, I'm like, yeah, an architect would not even dare think of attempting to start building a home without his blueprint. Like, that just would not happen. So, that is your plan, no matter what happens. So, I had to learn that. I had to figure that out because what I've always done in the past, what I used to do is I would have a plan, right? Um, First mistake, I wouldn't write it down. There's been a couple times where I did actually write my plan down, but I didn't really know what I was doing, so it wasn't even concrete. Like, I wrote it in sand. And anytime life would change, because life happened, so when shit would happen, I would just completely forget about, well, I can't even say forget about my plan because the shit was washed away. You know what I mean? It was written in sand and it would just be washed away. So now I'm just out here going wherever the wind blew. And for me, that felt like that was my nomadic, just natural nomadic side. So I just felt like, okay, I just go with the flow. My Libra, I'm in the scales. I can balance out anything. I can adjust and adapt to any situation. Where I was fucking myself up is this this plan is what keeps you from just being washed away. You know what I mean? That is your concrete. So when the storms come, when the winds blow, when the unexpected shit happens, you have your plan, you have it written down, and this is where you go to get you refocused. And I get that now. I didn't get that in my 20s. And I was frustrated by it in my 30s. And it was in my 40s that I had that breakthrough. Now, it's not to say that that's everybody's path. Of course it's not, because I know some young women who they already knew, like for them, the money was the motivator. They're like, I'm going to be rich, period. And having that mindset opened the universe up for them. And I know some badass under 30-year-olds, you hear me? So it's not to say everybody, but I'm here for those who have had those struggles, or who does need some encouragement and motivation and inspiration from someone that looks more like them. Someone who isn't already, a 4 and 5 and 10 and 12 acre landowner already. Someone that you can watch grow to that, and who takes my own shit. That's how I keep myself on my task from day to day. Because I'm like, now you was just on there talking that shit. Not to mention, besides the fact that this has already been my path, which is why I decided to do this. But when you are putting yourself out there like that, it reminds you, like, okay, you know what you have to do then. You know what I mean? So planning, planning, planning. That is the blueprint. And that's what I wrote down. That is your blueprint, your roadmap to your goals. If you ever feel lost, if, shit happens, none of us expected this pandemic. And I'm going to keep referring to it because I you guys have heard me. Like, I've had it on video from the beginning. I got my whole 24 hours to myself. It's time to plant seeds. Like, my mind just start going, what the fuck can I do? How can I, don't waste the time. That's your roadmap to your goals. So the fact that I have my 12-month goals written out, that's why I immediately have to go into, how can I use this time? Okay, it's quarantine. I can't sit up and mope. I can't, be bored in the house because I'm in the house bored. From the beginning, that was my mindset, because I actually have my 12-month plan written down on paper. You know what I mean? I have other little seeds written down on paper, put away. So it's like I'm living it. And so I can say with confidence, from being on both sides of it, baby, your plan is your roadmap. That is your life preserver, your donut, your motherfucking, the donuts when you swimming? Yes, baby, your plan. That is it. So that's the importance of it. I didn't mean to spend so long on the intro on planning, but baby, that's how important it is. I won't even, I don't have any regrets about anything. And y'all who are familiar with me know that. I don't live in that area. But when I look back over my life and what I've learned, and I'm just like, yeah, had I known how to write a plan and how to follow a plan, a lot of things would have been different. But also at the same time, I am in the best mental position of my life. To be able to have secured my happiness before my wealth, for me, that's been my pursuit in self-development, from looking myself in the mirror at 12 years old and really pointing out everything about myself that I thought was dope as fuck, to where I am right now. So happiness is everything, and having a plan can be your roadmap to that. So the first key point I have in that is outline your tasks for the day. Outline your tasks, prioritize them in order of importance. And again, going back to week one, work on them with, what did I say? Maximum effort. My whole train of thought just went bloop. Work on them with maximum effort, right? So outline your tasks for the day. That's what kept me on task today. Let me talk about it, because yesterday, when I took my ass to bed, exhausted, I was like, Tomorrow is packed and I'm still not done. So I get up at 4, baby. I had to outline my um what is it called? My Twitch. I had to outline my Twitch. I had to fill out one of my roommates told me again to reapply for unemployment. I had to get that done, and that wasn't even on my schedule, but I had to hurry up, get that done. 6 o'clock, I always watch Tea with Gary V. I love that. So that's from 6 to 7. 7 o'clock, as I was going through my emails, I'm like, shit, you start the show at 9. So now my mornings are shorter, right? So this is where having this week, like I went over with you guys on Friday, having this week already planned and lined up helped. I knew what I needed to do, and that helped keep me on task, right? So now it's like, okay, 7:14. Look, you have to get dressed. You have to, So outlining your task for the day, baby. And it depending on what your goals are or not, I would say honestly, if you want to build anything from even being, you know, to going from being just an associate at your job to the CEO, baby, it's not impossible. It's not impossible, but it's going to take a lot of planning, a lot of motherfucking dedication, discipline. Like, you're going to have to keep yourself on task and accountable. Baby, building a brand by yourself, starting off, before you get to the point of where you can hire people and bring on a team, it is an excessive amount of work. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. Because there's going to come a time when I'm not working so hard, right? I got all this shit really going on, and it's running like a nice, smooth machine, okay? So, outline your task for the day. Put them in order of importance. The next key I have is, and this is pretty much just like a statement. What I have is, a plan will guide you. Your plan is the answer. I really like that because there's times when and let's keep using what we're currently in because everybody's feeling it. With the COVID-19, the quarantine, the lockdown, the non-essential businesses having to shut down, and the essential businesses, being greatly affected from having to minimize hours of employees, let employees go, a lot of business being cut, like, huge percentages of businesses going down. So the your plan being the answer is, it in my opinion, it helps you think more creatively when it comes to problem solving. So now, think about the non essential workers and businesses. In order to survive in the US, you have to come up with, okay, what can I do now? What am I going to do now? And it goes back to, what is your plan? Where are you trying to get to in the next 12 months? Where were you on your way to? Just because COVID-19 hit, coronavirus, just because we have the lockdown, it doesn't mean you can stop. It doesn't mean you can just erase your plan. And no, that's your answer. Your plan is the answer. So how are you going to continue on the path that you were on now? Where are you trying to get to? Where did you have outlined for you to be by August? So what do you need to do now, alternatively, that will keep you moving towards it? You may not hit that August target, but you're still going to be moving towards it. Like, don't get stagnant. Your plan is your answer. That is, that's everything. Like, really, and having the determination to continue on, knowing that you're about to take a huge hit, it's like Tyson is right there, energized, ready, waiting for you. So what are you going to do, you know? He's a stoner. Blow smoke in his face. Distract him. You know what I mean? Have somebody holler out some goddamn good weed somewhere. I don't know. You gotta figure something out for how you're gonna keep moving. So your plan is your answer. That will actually guide you. You won't just be out here free falling, drifting, winging it. Mm-mm. You have your roadmap. So look at it, um, and let it guide you. The next key point I have is a big one. Rerouting is not failure. It is not failure just because you have to change your plan a little bit or take a different road, or it's not failure. So don't feel bad. If you are if you're in a reroute right now, baby, realize you're in a reroute. You haven't given up, you haven't quit, you haven't stopped. You're just rerouting. Once you realize that and you look back at your plan to see where you're trying to get to, you'll figure out an alternative way to get there. That's all it is. It's not failure. All right? I don't think that. Don't believe that, and don't feel that. So, rerouting is not failure. The only failure is quitting. Quitting before you have seen it through. That is what failure is. Quitting, right? Because if you do something and you don't succeed, or like now, we've all been forced to reroute and replan. Um, if I just decide to say, fuck it, all the money that I've invested, just throw my hands up, throw in the towel and say, fuck it, let me go, customer service. What's minimum wage? What's the most that I can get for, all of my experience? And I never, ever, ever, until they cremate me, decide to try again to get back on my path. That's failure. But from here, if I learn from it or if I do something, okay, and it wasn't successful, okay, if I put out a line of t-shirts and they just don't sell, something about them, they just didn't go over well. I'm not just going to stop and say, okay, I tried. No, you didn't try. That's not even a try. You did something once and you fucking gave up. That's not a try. That's not even worth mentioning. You try it again. Change the design. Change the slogan. I don't fucking know. Do something and put it back out there again. This time when you put it out there, find some type of way to get feedback from the people that do buy it. You know, okay, you learned something else this time. So now when you go to order your third shipment or restock or whatever, you can tweak it a little more. You can get better fabrics or better design, whatever. But this is learning and growing. That's why I will say fail your way to success, because you're learning. It's not failure. It's just learning. So that's the same thing for rerouting. That's not failure. So, and the last thing I have for planning as a little outline, planning sharpens your focus. It sharpens your focus tremendously because you constantly, well, I find myself constantly thinking about my 12-month goal that I rewrote as soon as I landed, standing at the some shelter waiting for some dude to come out and give me some direction on the other shelter he was trying to send me to. Like, I keep that in mind. I'm like, okay, we're 5 months in. It's coming up quick. And that keeps me focused. That keeps me grinding. That keeps me on task. Even if I slip, it still is like, okay, we're not doing this one here. Get your shit together and let's go. And that's just what it is. That's what I do. I tell you all the time, I talk to my fucking self. It's two of us. I got two scales. We have shit to discuss. we got to work this out, you know? So I talk to myself all day long, all day long. So it helps keep me focused having a plan. And if I feel myself getting too relaxed or, you know, some shit like this, I just have to stay on it, stay on top of it, and not panic. You know, don't don't go into panic mode. You don't want to have that, definitely. But having your plan written down, I'm telling you, having your weeks written down, I promise you, that shit is time saving. We only got 24 hours. Like I said in week one, the poor and the rich have the same 24 hours. Who's doing what with it? Who the poor and the rich both have viewpoints of failure. But listen to the verbiage. You'll hear poor say they're scared to fail when all they're doing is failing. And you'll hear the wealthy, the rich, talk about how many times they failed, how many times they have failed, and what they learned from that failure. It's just like a fucking test in school. When you fail, if you're not pissed and cussing out your professor or the instructor or the teacher, and you just like, fuck it, you learned something. You learned what the correct answer is, and you learn how you got to it, or what the, you know, we're not talking about like philosophy or no shit like that. But where there's an actual right and wrong answer, you learn that when you get something wrong. You learn how to do it right. And then as you're doing it right, you learn better, more efficient ways to do it, right? And then you're researching out different things. So now you're learning better qualities of things that you can do it with. So it's just, you know, it's a snowball effect of goodness, greatness that will be you, whether it's the CEO of the company you're working at or the owner of your own company or a, an amazing goddamn mother. You know what I mean? These are even things when it comes to child raising because, baby, one thing I was in my home was consistent, discipline, and yes, my kids had their days planned. It was easy when I was, you know, rearing children because I got to keep these little active human beings together, you know? So we have to do that with ourselves as well. And when you're parenting, it helps. Like I wasn't stressed out and I was a young mom. I wasn't stressed out, but that was my upbringing. Structured, disciplined, schedules. Like I took a bath at the same night, at the same time every night. Except for when I got on my grandmother's nerves or I, you know, didn't want to come inside and, you know, now I got to stay in the house. So you know, maybe I'm in my pajamas at 3 p.m. You just never know that I was that kid. But outside of that, I took a bath at the same time every night. My kids did. They had dinner at the same time every night. Like that was our schedule. That was our plan. If we did something fun or if we were invited somewhere or if I wanted to take them to the movies, I still know my schedule. So even if we're out, my kids now are accustomed to eating at a certain time. So even if we're out, I kept them on that schedule because I know even an hour past, they're going to be fucking starving. You know what I mean? If I keep them out of the house an hour beyond their bedtime, they're going to be exhausted. You know what I mean? Because we're out of the house and they're used to being in bed at this time. So that includes having dinner, being bathed, being read to, and sleep. You know. So having a plan, planning your week, planning your days, sticking to it, it will greatly reduce the stress in your life. And that's a great segue for how I'm going to end because your girl is rocking her stress-free lashes. Yes, these are called stress-free from my brand. Aren't they cute? And these are 25 millimeter. Friday, I had on the short ones. Today, I'm rocking me, baby. 25 millimeter. And I love these. I named these stress-free because of how spacey they are. So it's like we don't even have time or space for the bullshit, baby. We are stress free. It's all just floating through and running off. And that's why I named these stress free. Yup. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for joining me, although I was late with my wardrobe malfunction. Um, and I'm going to show you guys my top again. I'm working on bottoms now, but I'm not sure if I will make bottoms. I may just make another top. Of course, it won't be the same one like this. Forgive me for being so close. And it's low in the back. And it's got the little under boob action. But like I say, it's very comfortable. Like it's not, and you can show as much under boob as you like. But I made it to support the relaxed, natural boob. And I do push-ups every day, so I do have, some pec muscles that has them lifted a little more than they would be without having the muscle here. But I love it. I just finished this yesterday. And I love it. I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. So, yes, y'all know how we do around here. All right, you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. This has been the Get Paid with Creative Nomad series, week 2, episode 6. I'm super excited. So I will see y'all tomorrow for a peace, love, blessings, humanity. Be kind. Be good to yourself so that you can be good to everyone else. Peace.